We Have Concerns is only made possible because of generous donations from our patrons. If you want to be one of those, if you want to help make the show possible and also get extra stuff like bonus episodes, monthly hangouts, other cool stuff, check out our Patreon, patreon.com/wehaveconcerns.
I'm supposed to be getting better at all of those things.
You are? I'm not so sure about that.
And I'm just getting worse. I'm getting worse at patience and waiting and dealing with large crowds. This is We Have Concerns. Hi, Jeff Cannata.
Hi, Anthony Carboni.
Hello, concerned citizens. We normally have a story picked.
I don't know what
Jeff was looking
doing.
down at his iPad. I have no idea what you're doing on that iPad.
I don't know what story we're doing.
I thought you were. What are you even?
I thought you had stories.
You've got like PCs up. You're looking at gaming PCs.
Well, I shouldn't.
You weren't even supposed to.
I had. I was looking for the Reddit. I thought
you had the stories up. I thouuld you had the spreadsheet up.
No, of course not. Why would I?
Wow.
There it is. Here we go. Evidently, Anthony.
Yeah, go on, Jeff.
There is a...
you prepared son of a bitch, you.
I'm here. Well, evidently there is a strange noise emanating from Canada right now.
It's a moose howl, right?
Usually
it's the howl of the weremoose.
It would be the howl of the weremoose or sort of a collective yelp at some sort of hockey scoring.
It's the sound of 100 improv teams whooping in the night, yes-anding each other.
A slow gurgle of maple syrup.
Yeah, these are all the sounds of Canada.
But no, this one is unusual and mysterious. This is a story that was sent to us by, and I love this name, if this is real, Noelle Sorel. Is Noelle Sorel real? That's a great name.
Dude, the rhyming name is so clutch.
She's a couplet.
It's amazing.
Noelle sent this in to wehaveconcernshow@gmail.com.
Great place to send it. You can also go to our Reddit, which is wehaveconcerns.reddit.com. Don't send them over Twitter. They just get lost in the ether.
Yeah, that's what happens. Speaking of ether, in the ether in Canada, in a kind of rural area in the woods, several people, not even several.
No, wait.
Many people. Everybody is reporting this crazy noise.
No, wait. Rural area in the woods. Can you back up? What is the name of the town where this is happening? Because I just want to, I want maybe to check us before we wreck us.
It's called, Windsor.
So Windsor, Canada.
Windsor West.
Okay, Windsor West. Here's what I know about Windsor, Canada. Are you ready?
You know something about Windsor, Canada?
Windsor, Canada is if you live in Michigan or Ohio or any sort of northern state along the Canadian border in the Great Lakes region of the United States.
Yeah.
Windsor is where kids used to drive to drink at the age of 18.
Oh, really?
Because it's a very short trip. And you didn't really, and at that time, a few years ago, you didn't really need a passport or anything.
Huh.
So kids over the weekend would drive into Windsor, gamble, drink at 18, come home, I don't know, study for their SATs, do whatever kids do.
So maybe this sound is just the whooping of teens
I think
getting their first drink on?
It could be. That could be
Just
the mysterious
a
sound.
high tip. Woo!
I think that's what it is. I think it's Michigan. I think it's Michigander woo girls. Getting their party on.
It's the sound of Gone Wild.
That's what it is.
This is just Gone Wild, the sound.
Gone Wild, the sound based on the novel.
By Sapphire. This is, actually, if you listen to the sound, it sounds like a flute. It's a high-pitched flute sound, like a... It's eerie. It's been recorded many times. It's not nothing.
It sounds
but no
very
one
weird.
knows what it is.
Now, it's just, is it always the sound?
No, it's periodic and repeated. And old timers from the old timey times,
dudes sitting on their porch whittling
Yeah.
with one good eye.
they've been around Windsor for many a year.
They've seen many a woo girl.
They say that sound is not new. They say that sound has happened before and will happen again, and it has happened for decades.
They say it is the sound of the great culling.
They say that sound is accompanied by strange disappearances, that there's one person from every community swept away.
Now, I know that would be terrible if it was actually true. But at the same time, Jeff, is it wrong of me to want to live in a world where that is actually true?
That people get swept away by a culling?
By mysterious sounds.
You want sounds to take people away?
I'm just saying this particular sort of incident is the sort of incident, if true, that I would like to be representative of the world I live in.
You like the
idea? A sort of night gallery, Twilight Zone-y, Twin Peaksy sort of world. Is that
just
wrong?
to sort of keep things exciting? Just to sort of like, you know, sometimes you're here, sometimes you're not. Maybe it's your time. If you hear a sound, be afraid. That kind of just sort of like, let's keep things, let's be on our toes.
You know, I'm willing to believe in magic in the world as long as it is dark and fearsome magic. Is that, like, I guess that's what I'm saying.
You don't want wondrous, wholesome magic.
I don't know. It just doesn't feel like it would be the kind of magic that exists. I can get behind, like, some real creepy folk... Yeah. People disappear in the night when the whistling comes sort of magic.
Well, a lot of people are talking about this. I guess Joe Rogan said that it's probably some sort of underground government
known Canadian sympathizer, Joe Rogan.
Yeah. He took this up and he said it's a secret government research project to control the weather.
That sounds like Joe Rogan.
It does sound like Rogan. It sounds like Rogan.
It sounds like TV Rogan.
Yeah.
That's definitely TV Rogan.
Yeah. He actually only talked about it in the middle of a UFC broadcast. He's got him in a vicious chokehold. And do you guys hear about that
Just
sound?
like the Canadian government has their people in a vicious chokehold of secrecy.
Exactly.
So here's my thing. So from what I understand, there was a study commissioned because they want to know. The government was like, dude, we can't have this going on.
You can't just have whistling.
People are losing sleep. It's disturbing people. It's weird.
If you hear the sound, this is my nightmare, Anthony. I am so sensitive to not being able to sleep based on noises. I hate loud noises.
Same.
We have this thing in my apartment called a fire alarm. But our fire alarm is unlike most fire alarms in that it is extraordinarily sensitive. So literally, we can't turn the oven on and cook something in our house without the fire alarm going off, and it drives me insane. It has gotten to the point where my wife
you turn on the toaster oven, it's like, Jeff, fire!
Yeah.
Jeff, it's me, your alarm!
Oh, man.
Jeff!
No, it's not a fire.
It's so much warmer than it was before!
I'm making a bagel. It's a bagel. I'm just gonna, it's a toasted
Jeff,
bagel.
Something could go wrong at any time!
Oh, man. Why did I pay that dark magician to anthropomorphize my fire alarm? That was
Because that's the sort of magic that exists in the world we live in! Jeff, it's dark!
Alexa, talk to the fire alarm for 1 second. Whatever you'd like, Jeffrey.
Don't bring her into this, Jeff! She's a liar!
Fire alarm.
Her soothing voice is lies!
Fire alarm, it's nothing to be worried about, fire alarm.
She's gonna start the fire, Jeff, I know she is! She can't even connect to your Sonos!
Now playing
She's
Billy
garbage,
Joel.
Jeff!
Now playing Billy Joel from Amazon Prime Music. We didn't start the fire.
Jeff, that's exactly what Firestarter says!
It's gotten worse in here. Yeah, I'm very sensitive to cacophony, and
I am the same. Particularly, well, everybody's like this. If a sound has a distinct pattern, it's pretty hard.
Oh, you wait. You're trying to sleep, and you just wait, and you go, okay, 3 more seconds until that beep happens again.
So I have a watch. Because I don't know why watches make no sense, but I have one. And it ticks. And to sleep at night, I literally have to take my watch, put it in wrap it in fabric, put it in the drawer,
bury it outside.
Yeah, I have to put it in the drawer of my dresser. Close the dresser drawer, and it has to be well wrapped.
It's the fucking telltale heart, dude.
It really is.
Did you wear that watch when you murdered someone?
Let me think.
The ticking, every moment ticking.
Which time?
I feel the sickening of all the infinite ticking.
Was that like a
That was my Poe.
Dr. Seuss?
That was my Poe.
Dr. Seuss's Telltale Heart?
That was my
the murderous Sneetch.
the Charlie and the chocolate ticking. That's what that
was. Yeah, so I'm very sensitive to sound, and I can't imagine what it must be like to live in a town where citywide it's just this constant high-pitched whistling.
Yeah, so you're right. They commissioned this study because people can't sleep, because why would they be able to sleep honestly, it sounds like the worst noise to wake up to. It's just like who is practicing their flute in the adjoining apartment.
But it sounds like an 8-year-old kid practicing a flute who clearly will never have any aptitude, but the parents are just like,
just keep
keep
at
going.
it.
Like, everything you do is great. You're a winner. We paid $300 for this fucking flute. You just power on through. We're trying to teach you lessons.
It's the Overachievers Windsor PTA. You can do it, honey.
I'm the hummingbird from Peter and the Wolf.
Yes, you're doing it great. You're doing great. We're gonna go ahead and
hummingbird and Peter and the Wolf. What the hell was the bird in Peter and the Wolf? There was a goose or a duck or a swan or some shit.
Yeah.
And then what was the little one that's like?
Oh God, I don't know.
I don't know.
It's been a while since I've seen Peter.
It was an 8-year-old with a fucking flute, is what it was. But yeah, so they commissioned this study, and it was what 5 years ago they commissioned a study about results. Never released, inconclusive.
Can't find out. Can't figure it out.
And here's why. The sound, they think, everyone thinks, is emanating from, I guess it's called Zug Island or something like that, where it's halfway in between Canada and the United States.
Right.
And an American company is on this island. And so the Canadian Commission couldn't investigate the American island with the giant fucking factory of blast furnaces that could potentially be the cause of this sound.
The offshore underground black market flute company.
Yeah, and it's like
creating flutes day and night.
It's just a bald man in a Nehru jacket with a white cat who's just like, of course I'm willing to cooperate with the Canadian government in any way I can, up to allowing you within my facilities. These are, of course, American facilities.
Well, there's been a lot of people who've talked about how this sound is really annoying them, eh? And they've had a problem with the sound, and it seems to be coming from your island.
Inspector, Windsor West is my adopted home. I feel as though you are all my family, my strange, outdoorsy, burly family.
But you never come to the shore. You're always on the island, and
unfortunately, my gluten intolerance makes me unable to come to your flapjack events.
Oh, we have another one next Saturday, by the way. You're more than welcome to come.
Thank you. I will do my best. As I was saying, I think of you as family, and as my family, I would never want any harm to come to you. And so,
well, that's really kind of you. I feel the same way.
Please believe me when I say, if this strange noise was emanating from my factory, I would do something about it immediately. I was saying I would do something about it. What I was saying is that I would immediately do something about it if it was within my power to... I'm going to have to ask you to maybe leave now.
I think that's the sound, actually, eh? You know, it's the sound right over there.
It's coming from all around us. It's like you're saying it's very hard to pin down.
It's like coming from that door, right? That's like right behind your desk.
Oh,
there,
this door.
Yeah, it's coming from right.
Are you sure it's this door? Why don't you take a step or two to your left and make sure you can really see that door?
Oh, okay. I'm fine. Offshore spike lobby?
Annette, please send a flapjack and maple syrup gift basket to my dear friends at the Spike Lobby. Thank you.
Spike Lobby is swimming in flapjacks, man.
They just love a good flapjack. Who doesn't? I don't believe him when he says he has a gluten intolerance. I think he's the villain.
You do?
That
seems highly improbable.
I'm jumping to conclusions here, but, because they won't release the study. So this is the thing.
You think he's just trying to monopolize the flute production market?
I think
there's money in them their flutes.
That's what it is. If you can have all of the flutes, then you control all of the nerdy 8th graders. And then
you'll have flautists galore. An army of flautists.
I mean, if one of these things can annoy an entire town into not sleeping, think about it.
First,
think about the power of all of the kids who are bad at the flute.
First, we monopolize the flutes. Then we steal their sleep. And then we take over. Once they're sleep-addled and sleep-depraved, we will have them all! It's a brilliant plan.
I think it's actually a steel mill.
You do?
I think that's what it is. If we want to be honest.
Well,
it's some sort of factory with blast furnaces, and apparently they have to vent the blast furnaces, otherwise they will explode. And they think that sounds from the blast furnace reverberate against all the other metal and things within the factory that then amplifies the sound.
I think there's just one worker deep in the bowels of the factory who's just whistling and it's just like reverberating. You like have that tracking shot in the movie where it shows like how the sound like escapes through all the ventilation.
And it's just one guy sitting alone on a shaking laptop, leaving comments on the Wirecutter review of earbuds.
It's just like,
these are not blocking the sound the way you said they would. If these are truly the best in the industry, I fear that the industry is lacking.
this whistle just bounces off all the ventilation system and comes out the top of the island, travels across the land. He's just a happy-go-lucky guy. He's whistling his way through work.
Yeah, but they don't know that it's necessarily this factory. They don't know what it is.
They spent 60,000 Canadian dollars in public money.
That's 23 American dollars.
That's a lot of American dollars.
You can buy one American Blu-ray for 60,000. I'm sorry, guys. That's just the truth.
That's just how it works.
I look at the covers of comic books and I feel what you guys are going through. Yeah, I mean, $60,000 for a small town is a lot of money.
Yeah, and they came up with bupkis. They're like, I don't know. Try to sleep through it, folks.
I don't know. We can't check Ghost Evil Island.
That's where it seems to be coming from. But our powers stop right here.
Yeah,
they stop at the shore.
That's as much as it can do. And then I think they ran into some other problem where the government at the time just wouldn't release even the inconclusive study.
Right.
Like the government took the study, the Canadian government took the study and went, cool, thanks. And then the people of Windsor West were like, so what'd it say?
Yeah, we're not going to say. You know what? It's best that we just leave it out.
But we paid out of our money, out of our municipal funds, and we just wanted to know.
We appreciate that. We got the study. Study is complete.
I haven't slept in like so long. You don't have any information that you could tell us about where the whistling is coming from? You know?
I have actually a statement right here we've prepared.
Okay.
The study has been completed. And we found out some information.
Oh, great.
And that information is in the study, which has been completed on time. And that concludes our statement. So thanks a lot. I appreciate it. That's pretty much all we have to say on that topic.
Excellent work, my friend.
Thank you.
Councilman, Alderman, what are you?
Councilman Alderman. It's a family tradition. We are the aldermen.
Are you the high priest? I don't understand. I think of you as family, and yet
you have very little understanding about how the Canadian
is it a parliamentary system? You have a prime minister, right?
Yes. It's all in this statement. I'll read the statement.
Oh, thank goodness.
The Canadian parliamentary system works in a way that is beneficial for all. That's the conclusion of our statement.
You know, I'm just a little hard of hearing in this ear. Can you take 2 steps forward and just give your statement again?
Absolutely. The Canadian system...
Janice?
Yes?
Number 1, don't ask me what happened to Annette. It's none of your business. And number 2...
I'm just grateful for the job.
Good. Stay that way. And that's all I can say.
By the way, the flapjacks are delicious.
Yeah, I was actually just about to ask you. Please send yet another pallet of maple syrup and pancake batter to my dear, dear friends at the Spike Lobby.
Cut to the adjacent island where there is a man in a just slightly different colored suit with a slightly different colored cat that he strokes going, yes, the flapjack monopoly will continue. The money keeps rolling in.
What are all these men and their cats up to? Who knows? We commissioned a study and nothing was ever released. So no, the government wouldn't release the study. And now they're trying to get the new government under Trudeau, under that beautiful, beautiful man that just took over Canada. They're trying to get the information released. But this is why Joe Rogan was able to do an episode of his conspiracy theory show that was all about the Windsor Howl, because nobody's releasing anything. And strictly by not releasing anything, you immediately get people to assume the worst.
Yeah.
Immediately, like, his thing was it was a government machine that controls the fucking weather. That's what people think it is.
Well, if you look at the weather in Canada, I mean, anybody would think somebody's controlling that. Because it just...
If you can control the weather, would you really make it Canada all the time?
Never. Nobody would.
Maybe it's just like, maybe it's working, but it's like, it's stuck like a box heater that like only goes on high, but you don't want to buy another box heater because it was like $43. And you're just like, I'll just keep turning it on and off.
Yeah.
If it gets too hot, I'll turn it off. It's fine.
Dr. Fear, we managed to...
It's Ferre.
Oh, excuse me. Dr. Ferre, we managed to construct the weather controlling machine.
Excellent.
There's bad news.
Now all of Canada.
It's Canada.
Now all of Canada will be mine.
Dr. Ferre, there is a small issue that we discovered. We are able to control the weather. Unfortunately, we are only able to make it very cold, or Jesus God, it's really cold, or it's pouring down rain, or sleet. We have sleet. Unfortunately, those are the only settings that we're able to really get to work.
Well, it's not optimal, but it will keep these people in line, and I suppose we'll just have to turn up the blast furnaces to keep me warm while I'm here. I don't know. I think it's it's kind of obvious to me that this American company is not letting people from Canada onto the island for a reason.
Yeah.
I think they're probably the cause of the whistle in some indirect way. And they're just kind of like, look, it would be super expensive to get rid of this whistle. They literally said, this company is like quoted as saying like, not our country, not our problem.
That's so fucked.
We have no responsibility to this country.
I think they're a pharmaceutical company manufacturing sleeping pills.
Manufacturing Gleeman-X.
Yeah.
Kids, ask your parents that are into Canadian sketch comedy what Gleeman-X is.
Good parents.
Super great parents. Yeah. Really raising some well-rounded kids with excellent and jovial senses of humor. It's definitely us, right?
Yeah, we're fucking with them, and we're dicks.
Yeah.
What do you guys think this whistle could be? Happy whistle, bad whistle, death whistle?
There are 8 different types of whistle, as we all know. Which of the 8 different types of whistle do you think it is?
Which whistle? You can hashtag that which whistle.
And let us know on Twitter. I'm at @Carboni.
I'm at Jeff Canada.
And hey, we just wanted to remind you guys every once in a while, over the next few months, our Canadian audience and the rest of our worldwide audience can
give us 60,000 Canadian dollars.
We'll study it. But also, you can stop listening right now. And we're specifically to our U.S. audience. How about that election season? You guys voting in your primaries?
You should be. You should be at least registered to vote because it's a useful thing. Some people think it is useless and their voice doesn't matter. We here at We Have Concerns think the exact opposite of that, and we think giving a shit is important. So give a shit. Register to vote. It's easy. If we lose control of the government, we may lose control of our Canadian whistle island, and we can't have that happen. We need everyone to go out and vote. It's on you. USA.gov. Yeah. USA.gov. Hey, you know what? Even if you're Canadian, go ahead and we could use it. Use the votes. Yeah.